Welcome back to the Daily Drop. I'm here with Phillip Shoemaker. Okay, so Phillip, we were talking about this dystopian, Orwellian society that I'm afraid could happen with all of this stuff. And you were going to say something brilliant, as you always do. What do you think about that? Are we on a slippery slope to this dystopia?
Absolutely. It's funny that you say this, because this is one of the main reasons I got into crypto and the blockchain and decentralized identity space. Is I'm really concerned we are heading in this direction with Facebook and Google and all those companies owning so much of our information and owning our identity. We're already on this slippery slope. I don't think proof of innocence helps slide us down that slope anymore. In fact, I think it helps pull us out a bit. I think decentralized identity pulls us out a bit. But right now, the government's requesting more and more information from us over time. It's happened so many times. In the States here alone, we're losing our rights in the last 20 years. How many rights have we lost, right? So we're losing our identities, and obviously we're pawns in this data accumulation nightmare. And so for me, we're on this slope and we're heading downhill right now. And if we continue to allow the government to watch and control our moves, issue CBDCs, central bank digital currencies that end up tracking our purchases and seeing how much we're holding on to and where the money is, that's a problem. These are things that we have to stop every step of the way. And it's difficult to see it coming, because when you look back and you realize everything we've lost in the past 20 years, you start kicking yourself for not putting up a fight earlier. And I think we're in the middle of one right now.
So it's interesting you say this, Phillip, because just before the show, I recorded a show about deposit tokens, stablecoin CBDCs, and you start to see there's a real tension happening between corporations, banks, governments for the stablecoin market, but you see the same thing happening in the privacy identity space. So I guess my question is this kind of like a Web 2 versus Web 3, old society versus new society? The government's losing control, the institutions are losing control, and they aren't having it. Is that what we're experiencing right now?
That's what I feel. Yes, I agree with you. That's exactly what we're seeing. And I think in the Web 2 world, where these large corporations were controlling our identities, et cetera, it's hard to say that they weren't giving backdoors to the government or whatever they needed to do to be able to operate in those countries. Stuff was going on. We know that. And that's a concern. So yes, I believe this is happening. But look, I look at crypto as one of these ways for us to be able to wrestle back some of this control. This concept of not your keys, not your crypto. The degens have been saying that for years, and I wholeheartedly agree with that. But I have a problem when they don't say the same thing about identities, right? They say never store your crypto in an exchange or on the cloud. Oh, but I don't mind if my identity is stored up in a centralized server. I mean, to me, it's the exact opposite. I'd rather have my money there, because once you get access to my identity, you get access to my money. So we got to be able to store these identities in a decentralized manner. That's what I think is missing from this. And the degens need to speak out of one mouth, right? And say, not your keys, not your crypto or your identity, because that's what we need to control. We need to control both of those pieces, and then we start wrestling back some of our control.
Look, Phillip, we need a 98-hour show to have you on, because you were brilliant. But I'm going to give you 45 seconds if you can, and please do come back. But where does this all end up? Proof of innocence, privacy, identity. Where's this leading?
Well, look, I'm hoping that proof of innocence is going to start spreading their protocol and supporting different mixers. As I said earlier, Tornado Cash seems to be a that nobody should be touching right now. So fine, use Blender, use one of these other guys, but stay away from Tornado Cash is what all the lawyers are saying. So once Chainway implements this on some other ones, we can start hiding some of the trails of the money that goes to our wallet. This is about privacy. It's not about money laundering. And granted, some people were using it for that. But for me, the vast majority of people that I speak to in this space just don't want people to be able to track their flow of monies in our crypto on chain. So this, to me, is the way we do that. And we start spreading this off on different protocols as well.
Phillip, please come back. And I just appreciate that you came.
Thank you very much, Bobby. It's great talking to you.